midweek, second week, and we're still playing house. But having fun doing it. David's actually putting in a new trim on the window. Kitchen was painted a nice sand color.
I need to push that elephant grass back. We want to get it done. Hey everybody, look at this. Fell off the tree. Want one?
Oh.
Gotta come down. Beautiful avocado.
It's the second week and we're in the middle of the week. So a few things. We are working inside the little doll house. There's always so much to do. And we did some work out on the farm, and we've met some of David's workers as well. There are times where we think we're going to do something and then we don't do it because we can easily change our mind. I did upload the first video. I kind of showed you where we were at in terms of the plantains and maintaining them, and planting 6 more fruit trees, including ones down here. So just a couple more days, but we are taking full advantage of days. A little rain, just a little rain. We ran out of gas for cooking, so we're on our way to pick up a tank. So if you come into Puerto Rico during this time, make sure you bring more than an umbrella. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to drive in this. David's being extra careful. We're not out of the woods yet. All because we want to make dinner tonight. We gotta go through this. Lord. If you haven't figured it out, my anxiety level is through the roof.
I know the roads.
And he says it with a smile.
I'm not scared.
No? Oh my God, you can't even see
The lake.
the lake.
The mountains. Nothing.
Just an outline.
Roll them into that lake. Oh, they're all behind me, man.
No. Well, we got over the hump of all that excruciating car trip, which I wasn't too thrilled about. But there was hardly nobody on the road, and David was very comfortable driving. But yeah, that was some rainstorm. Actually, it's been raining every day since I've been here, but that's because it's during this time of the year that it rains every day. So the way I see it is that if you're going to plant fruit trees in an island like this, where it's this time of the year that it's like rain, it's hurricanes, planting fruit trees I think would be good now, because you don't have to worry about watering. You can count on the rain every single day. So we did plant 6 fruit trees on one side, 6 on the other, as I mentioned before. And so I haven't gone out once. I think I may have gone out once, but it rained that night, so it's getting dark. The noise of the night is going to come out soon. A lot of the insects come out at night. So, yeah. David making coffee this morning.
Morning.
Let's see. I'll be the
You'll be the guinea pig.
guinea pig. Beautiful Thursday morning. So being that today is a Thursday and we are at the countdown now of our departure soon, one of the things that I now am looking at is how to use up pretty much all the food that we have bought. We didn't buy a lot, but we still have a few more. I still have some shrimp left. I still have some salmon left. There's a couple of things that I figure by the time we leave, it'll be very minimal. So when we have short trips like this, I try to figure out what I need and so that I create the less waste. Yesterday we did get a new shelving unit for the little kitchen, and so everything is in its order. Cans are easy because they have an expiration date, so we do have some tomato paste there and some tuna fish. But like the organic stuff, we're gonna try eating that within the next 3 days. We don't have to go outside and shop or anything, or go have dinner or go to a restaurant because we have it here. That's David talking to his worker about mulching the fruit trees, the fruit shrubs. They're really not trees, they're shrubs. These are called acerolas. So David bought a product that I normally would not have bought. It's recycled mulch, and the purpose of it is not to give nutrients to the shrubs, but it's to prevent weeds from coming up, which is more important here than it is back in our home in New York City. Here the weeds come up every day, 50 times bigger. So the goal is not to give them the mulch for moisture or anything like that, but it's actually to prevent the weeds from coming up fast, because there's nobody here after we leave. So it's definitely a product I would not have bought myself from, in a different location, but because this is an area where it's very aggressive and botanicals, it's a consideration. You want me to get the other the other bags? Okay.
I gotta push back the tall grass so that the sun could come in too, and it won't, what do you call it? Retard the growth of that grass.
Mm.
Yo, brother. No. Okay.
Putting up the new shelving unit for the cups, glasses, mugs, and dishes. All right, both shelves are up. Finished piece. Check it out, it even has a light underneath.
Sí, dos y una cuarta.
On to the next
Ahí ya estaba, ahí va.
home project,
O sea, no lo
and
hagamos
it's
muy
now
bien.
putting up the mirror,
Entonces, no lo haga muy
finishing up the
atrás,
sink,
no lo vaya a
which
pasar.
David picked out.
Ok. Hazlo con esto un poquito.
The bathroom is taking a little bit longer because we're missing pieces. Another project.
These are sons of agriculture.
And they're what? They're sons of agricultures.
Yeah, agriculture generation.
So today they're planting the best they can in this heat. It is actually after 12. So it's good that they're doing that work. I don't know how June is up there with no long sleeves. The other one also. Is that the electricity?
Yeah, why do you think those people came up here?
Oh, I didn't realize that. So over the farm, there's an infrastructure of wiring. Oh, look at that. Industrial and farm. Wow, another great view from up on the farm here. Look at that. It's beautiful. So now I'm sitting all the way in the back of the first level of this farm. Getting up was difficult, but going down is going to be even more difficult. So it can't be all work and no play. We have a little bit of time today after doing all those projects to come to the beach and enjoy just a little bit of it. 1 hour or two. It's nice. And we took a little bit of a detour to the beach. It is absolutely well needed. Farming is great and doing home projects is great, but we all need that little bit of R&R. This is really nice. Nobody on this beach, by the way. Absolutely no one. It's 110 degrees out here, at least that's how it feels like to me, with some breeze, but it's still a hot breeze. But it's just beautiful. Well, it's the next morning and we are just 2 days shy from leaving this great place. So this morning I am taking everything out of the refrigerator and seeing what we have left, using up as much as we can. Whatever is left over, we give to neighbors. So today I am doing mushrooms, eggs. They're small eggs, so we're gonna have 3 each. I'm cutting up this onion to put with the mushrooms, something I normally don't do. So I'm experimenting with new recipes. Kind of want to share that so that if you're in a situation where you have leftover food, this is when your creativity comes out. I'm taking notice of the average food scraps that I have daily. Here we have avocado, eggshells, we have the shrimp tails on here, We have bananas. And then there's the food scraps that we leave sometimes, you know, at dinner time. I also have some food scraps here. This was meat that I cooked the other day. It was a lot too much. So this I'm probably going to give to the dogs that are outside. This, however, unfortunately, it goes into the trash bin.
Good morning.
Now there's a site. So it came down like a monsoon, and then all of a sudden we hear some arcing, and then we hear some kind of firecrackers or something. Looks like a power line came down. David contacted the power company. There are power lines up there. I remember mentioning that the other day. I didn't realize that there was a power grid thing up there. Smoking up quite a bit. It smells horrible. It's got an electrical burn smell. Anyway, we did call the power company. They have the address. They have David's phone, both his phones. So hopefully somebody will get here and kind of take a look at it. We didn't go nowhere near it. Look at this. Now, why are we cleaning these again?
We're cleaning them to pass the inspection of the agricultural station at the airport.
Okay, so
They have to be where they don't look like they have any kind of mold or any kind of problems that happen to citrus or any other vegetable or fruit that they permit passing.
Oh, okay, okay. Otherwise, they take it away. So you're allowed to bring bananas and you're allowed to bring lemons.
Citrus.
Have you bought these before back?
Yes, as well as oranges, as well as grapefruits.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to bring these back. Check it out, guys.
They're pretty big lemons. What kind of lemons are they?
I don't know. You told me.
How about sweet lemons?
There's sweet lemon, but there's a little bit of lemon in there. They're not that sweet, but they are not as lemony as the regular lemon that you would get at a store. You're right. These are great for lemonade, by the way, but they're, you know.
You never gave me a taste.
You don't like lemons, though. You said you didn't like lemons.
I didn't say I didn't like lemonade. Oh, you see those yellow ones? Put them in the camera. No, the ones over there, the riper ones.
Oh, these. Well, these I'm not bringing because they're actually too ripe.
Yeah.
You see how bad they are?
They will never let you pass.
Right, so I took these out, but these are great, and there's still some on the tree. So what I'll do is I'll take the real yellow ones, and then I'll bring those. And then these, you said you were going to give them to friends and family before we leave, right?
Correct.
All right, well, I'm going to continue my lemon washing.
Okay, have fun. Bye.
Oh my God, of course we couldn't go the other way. Hey guys, well, it's a Friday and it's the last day that we have here on the island of Puerto Rico. You hear the leaf blower behind me, that's what's going on. it's a reflective morning, and as I think back at the couple of days that we've been here working on the farm, amazing downpours. One of the things that I couldn't help think is the amount of waste that we created. It was just David and I. We did have company yesterday, and from the friends that we went to visit, and I noticed that we took out 4 huge trash bags of waste, of garbage. And this is garbage that we could not separate because right in this area, I guess there's no system of separating cardboard and plastics and food scraps. There isn't any that I see, even in the surrounding little houses. So something to just reflect on that there is, we did like 4 bags of big trash, and to me that's a little bit uncomfortable for me, though I had no other choice. So I have to look into what programs they do have here and how to do them, because I'm sure that there has to be some kind of program, because I know that Puerto Rico have sustainability programs here. So just have to tap into the one that is related to this area. you know in reference to the food scraps, I'm thinking the next time that I come, if I can get a delivery of having 2 tumblers here for food scraps, I think that would be ideal. And the reason I say that is because half of the trash that was in those black bags was all food scraps. We ate a lot of avocados, and we ate a lot of plantains, and we ate a lot of ripe plantains, and it really filled up a lot of that bag. A lot of eggshells. So this sun provides an amazing amount of heat in in this island, on this island. And so take advantage. I'm going to take advantage of that, because the amount of time, this is what I'm thinking, the amount of time that it takes for us to make compost at our Bronx home is 3 times more than I think it would take here. And only because the heat here is intense. So think about it. If I were to have, I'm thinking this out loud now, if I was to have a black tumbler here to keep putting food scraps in, along with the dried leaves and twigs and branches and things that are here, I can make that compost in 6 months here. I mean, that's just how intense this heat is, because the temperature is there, and it's black and it absorbs even more heat. It would just break it down completely. This is just something that I'm thinking ahead of time. Just got to figure out how to get the tumblers in here, because I do notice that Home Depot here is very limited, and also the nurseries don't have it. Ideally, you have old traditions here that are going on, and then you have new traditions as well, right? So the old traditions is that I notice that a lot of the farmers, including David, he throws everything all in a pile. The problem is you can't put your food scraps in that pile, because if you did that, that's when the rats would come in. And they do have rats here. Not a lot, but I mean, it's a big island, So that's the thing. So if you're gonna put food scraps and carbon here together, it needs to be enclosed. Otherwise, you're going to be inviting all kinds of creatures. There's a lot of creatures out here. So that's one thing to reflect on, is that part of it. The other thing is, it is definitely a possibility up here to go ultra solar. Other reflective things that I look back at is the simplicity of how life is here. But I mean, I remember that from the previous trip as well. And I don't mean simplicity as in physical work. There's a lot of physical work here. So if you want to stay in shape, this would be the place to stay in shape on. I mean, the simplicity of just basic 101 survivorship, right? It's getting up in the morning, having water, having electricity, eating, working around the home. That's what I mean about the simplicity of life, you know. And some people, I would think, would say it's too much work. It's hard work, and that's not what they want. There's nothing simple about that life. And then some people will say, well, I kind of like this work, but I only want it for a short period of my time. You know, I only want this work for a short time during the year. You know, maybe a couple weeks, a month, but not as a lifestyle every day. And it's amazing how I have that option. I have that option to either choose a lifestyle that is very basic, or you choose a urbanite lifestyle that is more community. So the reason I say that is because when you are up in a place like this, right, in any rural area, any island, the simplicity of getting your own food, growing food, and just taking care of yourself and your family and your neighbors doesn't leave much room for expanded community work. Not in a sense that when you live in an apartment building, let's just say, or you live in an inner city, or you live in the city area of the island, there's more interaction with your neighbor. But up here, your neighbor is not that close. So David's neighbor is, you've got to walk down that steep hill, and then they're on to the left. You know, but again, they stay to themselves, we stay to ourselves. What is the definition of life simplicity? You know, is it having everything there that you don't have to work for, and it's just there and you just follow the system, go with it? You know, or is it the simplicity of taking care of your needs that day? It's something to, you know, think about. Okay, what you
Okay.
got in your
I
hands
got
there?
3 ripe beans from the first. This is our first harvest. The trees are producing, but they're still young. Now, the processing pattern is to remove the grape,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
and you have 2 beans in each grape.
Okay.
Feel that grape? It's very slimy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is after you separate the grape, which you could most likely use a machine if you have all that much coffee. If not, then you do it by hand.
Yeah.
Say you have a couple of pounds, you don't have a machine, so you separate it by hand like this.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's how slippery it is. I can hardly pick it up from the ground. Right now, these you put out and let them air out, and then later on, when the babilla dries, then you wash it and then put it out to dry. After it dries, how do you know it's dry? You bite it. It takes about 3 days of drying under the sun. We could use that cement right there to do it.
Yeah, over there.
Yeah, because you need a flat area. So that gets hot. The sun will dry the bean until it gets hard. You bite it, and if you bite it and it's hard, then that means it's dry already. Then you're ready to separate the shell because there's a covering on the bean. You still have to go one more step to get to the actual bean ready for toasting. So once you remove the shell, then you can start your toasting process before the grinding process, before the brewing process.
A lot of work.
Yeah, but it's worth it when you feel the rush of what do you call it? Caffeine. The caffeine rush, you can just go, whoa, and you start sweating.
Speaking about caffeine, it's time for another cup of coffee.
Okay, all right. Over and out. You know that while I was up there, a helicopter came over, right? You heard it.
Of course.
So
Twice.
he was further up looking at, I guess, spotting that particular line that is down. And when he came directly over me, I pointed like over there. I don't know if they saw me, but
Yeah, well, there was two helicopters, I think.
well, I only saw one.
Yeah. So it's our last morning here.
I'm missing the place already. Look at that great view, man. We have this beautiful ceiba tree in the front here. And it's starting to shed leaves now. It's that time of the year. You can really see it once its leaves get removed. Then
So
can
you
see
got
it.
any other? Do you have any reflective thoughts this morning, as we head out?
Yeah, I feel it's very at home here, and I can't wait to get back. But you know, we need to accomplish things stateside, so I'm always looking forward to coming back. You know, and to do more and more productive work and to start planting and getting harvest. I love the harvest time. We already finished harvesting the avocados. We harvested some plantains and some bananas. If we had coffee, we'd be harvesting coffee. So this is a great time of the year, even though it's a spooky time because you got a hurricane season. And the hurricane season, you know, if hits you hard, you're really set back because it knocks your crops flat on the ground. It does a lot of damage. But you get up after you fall down and start all over again.
I guess that's a good ending.
Yeah, yeah, and I thank the Lord. We're very grateful for what He's permitted us to come in contact, to handle, to manage part of Mother Nature, which we love so much. I love Mother Nature, and so I find myself at peace here. And I drink the last of my coffee to that.
So normally we say, or I say, see you the next time, or until the next time.
Hasta luego.
Hay el dinero del palo, hay una cerveza fría, hoy creo que falla, tremendo los días, oh, que vaya, que pasa, no todos los días.
Oh my God!
Viva Puerto Rico más 100 veces.
Yeah, now you gotta give him a tip.